because...
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no,
While
please
I'm
do.
Short chat and me really appreciate you making plans to play or finish games. Do you ever feel like doing so kinda kills your excitement or feels forced to when actually playing the game?
That's a great question. No, I think for me though, what has changed is that I don't game outside of streaming anymore. Like I can't, well, that's a lie. I do kind of, but I don't game nearly, like I'll never do like a 6-hour game sesh off stream. I just don't anymore. And TFT, like I haven't played TFT since last October. I might get back into it. Slay the Spire, I do Slay the Spire occasionally, but I just don't like game regularly at all, really. I'll do my dailies for Pokemon Championships, play a couple of games, but I really don't game outside of work. And I like that though, because I still get really excited, because that for me is really gratifying, because when I travel, I'm like, oh dude, I can't wait to play this game on stream. I can't wait to like play I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream. I can't wait to jump into this game. Like I'd never get tired of it. And I'm really glad, because I think that it would be really difficult to do the type of content that I do if I didn't truly love what I was doing. And I'm very grateful that I'm still balancing it. And I think I learned a lot from my main channel about balancing stuff, which is what I've kind of taken into this channel and streaming. So I'm trying my best. What does he do for work? This, believe it or not. TFT is the Green Goblin mask to Connor. It is. I mean, the problem with TFT, and maybe you guys can all recognize this, and look, there's also nothing wrong with this, but for me, it was a time-wasting thing. Like there were points in my day where I knew I could be doing 9 other things that were more productive, but I was booting it up because it was the easiest, least resistance path of me killing time. And I enjoyed it. Like I had fun doing it, but I also had to recognize that half the time I was booting it up was not because I genuinely was passionate about it, but because I wanted to kill 2 hours. And that's fine. It's fine to do that, but I felt like I was doing it every day, and that is not a good thing, especially when there are so many other things in my life that I could be, could be doing that are way more productive, and things that I ultimately will get more fulfillment out in the long term, because I don't look back and think, wow, I'm so glad I spent all that time playing TFT, whereas like if I spend 2 hours exercising, there's pretty much never been a time I've regretted it. Like never, ever. You know what I mean? Like learning archery, like I tried trying to make fucking pizza, and that's not that time intensive. It's really fun. But like learning and doing other stuff, or even just doing laundry or some shit, is just like way better use of a time that I enjoy more. So yeah, look, and it takes time to realize this, and also to become comfortable with the fact that I think it's the hardest thing is being like, this is my time to relax. But that's also like a weird privilege of the job that I work, where like every time can be free time, and I can disappear for 3 weeks and not say anything to you guys, and there's no consequences for that, and then I can rock up like nothing happened, and you guys are like, oh, he's back, cool, let's watch. Whereas most people are, they have like a full-on job that is exhausting, and you're in the real world and you got to sort out all your other shit, and then of course you just want to relax. So it's kind of tough, but as a like self-employed person, it's just a different challenge to have to manage your time better. So yeah, balancing act. It's tough, man. It's tough. But the overall answer to the question is I get very excited to play video games, and I get very excited to create content still, which I'm glad about. I wish it was on my main channel. It's not, but that's the truth. And look, when there's a great idea, I'll fucking rip it, but it is what it is. If I was self-employed, I'd not feel any sense of urgency to not get stuff done properly. Yeah, I mean, self-employment is a really tough thing to manage when you first do it. It's a big learning curve of like being your own boss, but a really rewarding one. And now I don't think I could ever work for anyone else unless there was like complete freedom in that work in itself. Because I just think I work best when I'm motivating myself. But self-discipline is tough. You're allowed to take, look at this is so funny. You're allowed to take 3 weeks off as long as Pete doesn't do it at the same time. That's so funny. That's funny. I like that. That's true. One of us has got to be on. One of us has to take the shift. I got it. I got you. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. Fair enough. I'll coordinate with Pete holidays. Okay.